So good evening and thank you for making time today, Sunday evening, to come and see what I have to say. So I'm really excited to do this class because it's been after a break. The break was very intentional and I needed it to do a few personal learnings in the last 1+ years. So I'm very excited to start again, and it's starting with this master class for my kids class. Especially I've been doing some one-on-one coaching, but my kids class, this is resuming for 2023 starting from December. So welcome. So moving forward from having taught 2 years kids yoga, I had some good results from the curriculum that I was completing, but moving forward, it's a brand new curriculum, and I'm really excited to share what I have to offer when the kids turn up for the class and what else I'm offering in terms of what Inner Peace Hub is doing as well. So all of you know me, but still for the recording's purpose, I'm going to introduce myself. I am Narmada Kumar or Nam. I'm the founder of Inner Peace Hub. So about 9 years back, I started teaching yoga for foundation level students and master degree level students after completing my master's degree in yoga in 2013. So my prior to that, I have 8 years of experience as a trainer and lecturer in Australia in the educational sector. So my educational qualification is BA Psychology, Masters in Education from Australia, Masters in Yoga from India, and Diploma in Hotel Management. I started my career as a hotelier after finishing my hotel management and also my BA Psychology as part-time in tandem. So clearly, I love learning. I've been a lifelong learner and it has served me immensely. It has served me immensely to create the life I desire to live, the dream life that I want to live. I've been able to create it successfully purely because of being an open-minded lifelong learner and also to overcome challenges that I had in my childhood and later on as well. So with your permission, I would like to briefly share my story to share the challenges I overcame along the way. Do I have your permission for that? You can say yes in the chat or give me a thumbs up. Okay, thank you. So, when I was 10 years old, my family met with a fatal road accident in which we lost our mum on the spot, and my dad was badly injured to the point that he could not work for the rest of his life. And me and my siblings were also involved in that accident. We were injured, but not as bad as my dad. So, when we recovered and came out of the hospital, we went and stayed with our relatives for 5 years till I turned 15. And after that, we've been managing and surviving by ourselves with our dad, who was heavily handicapped both from the accident and also the treatment that he had to undergo from the accident. So at that time, I was the firstborn child, and I was expected to and be responsible for us when I was just 10. So with my limited resource as a 10-year-old, I coped by numbing my emotions. Not, I didn't understand what emotions were, and I just knew it is a troublesome thing. So it was easy to numb it and just focus on other things like my education and my responsibility, and even being a child growing up. But later on, I lost my brother from drug overdose when he was 20, and my dad passed away not long after that from with depression when he was 60. So I realized emotional pain is something that you cannot overcome with sheer willpower. It's always waiting around the corner, waiting for your attention to deal with it. So because I always had this ghost in the corner that I was trying to run from, it also influenced what I was interested in terms of my education and my pursuit for in my interests as well. So I was always looking for ways to overcome emotional pain, how to be self-confident, how to develop yourself, deeper questions like what is the purpose of life, who am I, where do I come from, how do I live a joyful life. So these were the questions that influenced what subjects I took. That's why I went for psychology. I did hotel management to get a job, but psychology was my subject that was close to my heart. So it really influenced what I learned and how I saw life. So I continued to do that. And in my quest, I realized that everyone has a story and they have some kind of trauma in one way or the other at some level that they're dealing with, and that is shaping and affecting all areas of their life. And felt very drawn to share my learnings and experiences that I've been learning, trying to overcome my own challenges. By then, by my late 20s and early 30s, I'd finished my psychology. I'd done level 2 in Reiki. I'd done various meditation courses. I was very drawn to teach it. At the same time, I was busy making a life with my profession as a trainer and lecturer in hotel management. So when I had my children and I finished my MA in yoga, I decided to teach and help others. And that's how my school was established. That's how I started my Kaya Yoga, which is now rebranded as Inner Peace Hub, because I feel Inner Peace Hub as a word itself more precisely stands for what I stand for and what my company stands for. So moving forward after COVID. Just trying to change the slide here. So moving forward, our mission in the short time goal is to empower 1,000 plus kids and 1,000 plus parents, professionals and entrepreneurs to unleash their inner wisdom so that they can live their best life. The peace, joy and abundance. We all are worthy. We all deserve it. Every single person. And there is a science and method to it. So we are very focused on our mission to bring it to a it's not a big number, but it's a large enough number to challenge us just enough to make us excited. So that's our short time goal. We already in the last 9 years, I have been teaching between India and Australia. We have impacted more than 5,000 students as a face-to-face trainer. So in the last 1.5 years, I have been upgrading my skills, my ability to serve on the online space. It has been a very steep learning curve. It still is, continues to be, but I'm very excited about the transformation I've had through the immense learning I've had and the time and money I've invested in myself to get all these transformations and knowledge keeps me pumped and gets me out of my bed excited every day. So most recently, I realized that in this whole experience of me trying to learn this online space and trying to figure out how to teach online, I realized ability to learn fast and effectively is literally a superpower for a person to have in this day and age. And so I did a course on super brain. And so that will be heavily impacting. I will be incorporating all the lessons that I learned from my super brain course to be a better learner myself in my kids yoga class. So I'm very excited to be sharing that value to my students moving forward. So any questions I'll take at the end of the class. So most of the parents here are my old kids yoga parents. So this is a new curriculum addition. So I'll take questions on this after the class. So as a parent myself, these are the objectives I have when I would send my kids to a class like what I'm offering, like to a kids yoga class. So I would expect that these are the areas that they need to be improving their skills on: strength, flexibility, immunity, ability to focus, ability to motivate themselves, memory ability, ability to cope from challenges, resilience, being grounded, knowing to be self-soothe and be happy, self-awareness about their emotions, how to manage their stress, and how to have emotional intelligence even in terms of dealing with other people. So emotional intelligence is the number one skill that our kids need in the future. If you look Google, what is the futuristic skills? Because the technology is going on, evolving, and whatever we learn today becomes obsolete tomorrow because of how quickly things are changing. So if you look at what is the one skill, or what is the top skills that our kids need moving forward, it's emotional intelligence, self-management, and critical thinking skills. These are the three things, because everything else, machine learning, artificial intelligence, all that can do. But these are three qualities. If our kid starts investing and practicing and learning all of these three core skills, they'll be set up. We will be stacking the odds in their favor moving forward in their future. So what I'm thinking is, when in our class, in the kids yoga, if they are learning how the skill of learning using super brain activities, the skill to focus using yoga training, they are really set up, having a huge advantage to be shining in their school, in their academics and extracurricular activities currently, and moving forward in their future to be leaders in their family and their communities. They're set up very well with this ability to learn and this ability to focus. It's a skill. It takes, you need to learn how to do it, and it takes practice. And it's a beautiful investment, best investment we could do as parents. As a parent, that is what I wish for my kids, and that's what I'm bringing into my class moving in our future classes. So I just want to explain a little bit about developing a super brain. So we've heard this term called knowledge is power, right? Growing up in my school, one of the motto was knowledge is power. And so knowledge is power has been something that I've heard many times. But the fact is, knowledge is not power. One could have read, there are many people who would have topped this school, but not able to really do well later in life, face challenges and overcome challenges. So knowledge alone is not power, definitely not. Knowledge is potential power. When we have knowledge, we have potential for having power. Applied knowledge, when knowledge is acted upon, that is power. If applied knowledge is power, learning is truly superpower. So ability to learn, ability to focus is truly superpower. So I want to share with you a small memory exercise. So if you're up for it, are you able to do a memory exercise? Give me a thumbs up, or tell me in the chat. Okay, cool. We know, excellent. So I'm going to give you some random 10 words, okay? Some random 10 words. I'm going to tell you slowly. Try to remember, don't write it down. I'm just going to tell you random words. Try to think about it. And then as soon as I finish, try to remember it, okay? So fire hydrant. I'm just pausing for a minute for you to think about it. Fire hydrant, battery, balloon, barrel, board, diamonds, Sir Lancelot, mask, toothpaste, and neon. Now, on your own, try to take a piece of paper and write down how many ever words you remember. There's no right or wrong.
Is that the answers or the words that you told?
The words that I just told you.
Okay, I'll send it in the chat.
Try to recollect and write, and tell me how many words you could write. I'll give you 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, stop. Now, can you tell me in the chat how many words you have? Okay, you typed something. So you got 5, 5. Okay, excellent. So now I'll tell you a little story. Okay. So you're walking on the road. There is this huge uh, fire hydrant, which is red in color. Okay. This huge red, like in on the road, if you've seen in movies, um, mostly in London and, places you'd see on the road here, Melbourne, Australia as well, huge fire hydrant. And tied to the fire hydrant is a bunch of helium balloons. Okay. Bunch of helium balloons tied to the fire hydrant. Now, sitting right next to the fire hydrant is a huge battery, which is on top of a barrel. And right next to the barrel is a big surfing board, which is kind of nailed to the barrel on the side. So battery is on top and this board is nailed to the side. Now, rolling down from the boards are diamonds. So there is no logic to this. Okay. Rolling down from the board are diamonds, and these diamonds are going and falling on Sir Lancelot's head. So Sir Lancelot is injured by these diamonds, which is falling on his head, and he faints. So so paramedics are running to give him a mask to revive him, but they see that the mask is dirty. So all they could find close by is a toothpaste, and they take some toothpaste and clean the mask. And then they throw the toothpaste away. It goes and falls on a wall with a big neon sign saying neon. Okay, this is a story. So fire hydrant tied to a balloon. Next to the balloon is a huge battery sitting on a barrel. Stuck to the barrel is a surfboard on top of which diamonds are rolling, and it falls on Sir Lancelot's head. He's injured, so he gets a mask. Mask is cleaned with a toothpaste, and then you throw away the toothpaste, which falls on a neon sign. So do you want to now recollect the 10 words I told you? So I'm going to tell you the words: fire hydrant, balloon, battery, barrel, board, diamonds, Sir Lancelot, mask, toothpaste, sign. Now I'll give you a minute to recollect the words, the 10 words. So in your note, write down and tell me how many you remember. Got all 10, Vijay? So you got 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, let's stop. So I can see that your number is phenomenally increased since the first time, right? All that we did was turn this whole 10 random words into a picture and created a story. This is just one of the memory techniques we will be teaching. There are many techniques that we'll be teaching. This is one of the memory techniques we'll be teaching. And we will be building on it. We will be building on stories. We'll have meta techniques, and we will have specific techniques and many techniques. Very exciting and playful way kids can learn many concepts and keep memorize them and hold on to the memory for a long time. So I hope you enjoyed this exercise. So this is just a teaser of the exercises that kids will be doing. So some of the super brain activities apart from memory, exercise, and techniques are, for example, let me tell you about the 3 keys for learning and memory. There's this acronym called MOM. So M stands for motivation, O is observation, and M is mechanics. So motivation, the first key to learning and memorizing anything is to understand the why. The big answering the starting with the question, why should I be doing a particular task? Should I be learning a particular concept? Should I try to remember a particular name? Whatever it is, whatever you want to do, you need to do have motivation first. You need to answer the question why you want to do a particular thing. So the motivation is the number 1 key for learning. Number 2 is observation. Observation is your ability to be present, to be in your body, to being completely present in the moment. So Stephen Covey, in his book 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, one of the habit of highly effective people is seeking to understand before being understood. So our ability to understand, comprehend, gain insight, learn, all that happens only when we are present in the moment, when we are present in the body, being totally available for what it is we are doing at the moment. So that is number 2, second skill, observation. Number 3 is tools and mechanics, which we'll be teaching. So one of the things what we just saw, there are many tools and mechanics which you'll be. So these are the 3 aspects of learning. So a child, if we say learn, these are like how to learn. If you keep saying focus, concentrate, you need to how to focus, how to practice concentration is the important thing for us to learn, not how to learn the particular. So once we have these skills in place, you can learn anything under the sun. So one other thing we'd be doing is speed reading and improved comprehension exercise for speed reading. So what I would be using as the textbook and concept to take from for doing all of these exercise is a book called How to Be Good at Math and How to Be Good at Science for primary school, because most of my students are either in primary or completing primary or just finished primary. They are in middle school kind of age range. So this STEM concepts, which is from those 2 books, I could show that book in the class. Those 2 books are foundational concepts. So if the kids have all those foundational concepts really memorized, really nailed down, it's very easy for them to progress in their high school and get more sophisticated concepts to build upon these foundational concepts. So I'm going to be using, say for example, we'll be focusing on the periodic table. Now to start off, we'll do the memorize the entire periodic table in this holiday time, and we will do it in a fun way, not in a rote way, but in a fun way. So that's just one example. I'll be picking concepts and topics from those 2 books. So number 2, the second aspect is our yoga training. So yoga training is the one that gives you the ability to be in the present moment, be observant. So the benefits of yoga training, I really do not have to elaborate because pretty much most people are aware of it now. But if I have to tell you in a short way, I could explain about the impact of yoga on our nervous system. So our nervous system includes our brain, our spinal cord, and all the nerves that branches out of our spinal cord. So more than 80,000 nerves in our body is our literal wiring system that keeps us moving, that keeps the life energy in our body, that transfers all the energy system in our body. So our nervous system, there are the autonomous nervous system and somatic nervous system. And this autonomous nervous system is the one that's responsible for our heart, our lungs, our liver, all of these things that automatically is running in our body. Now, this autonomous nervous system is divided into sympathetic and parasympathetic. So sympathetic just means that when there is a a threat, when there is an excitement, our body secretes something called adrenaline and keeps our increases our heartbeat and increases all the organs functions to for us to be able to face that situation we are facing. So which is, in normal terms, it's called fight or flight mode. So this is very important for us to escape from danger, to deal with stress. It's very, very important. But what happens, our modern lifestyle, most of the time we either have we either have perceived the threat, we have a lot of things going on around us all the time, so it's always switched on, and many people are having adrenaline fatigue, burnout. All of this is because the sympathetic nervous system is highly charged, always wired in the fight and flight mode. On the other hand, parasympathetic nervous system is the one that puts us to rest, is the one that brings everything back to normal. The heartbeat back to its rhythm, the lungs back to its rhythm, everything back to rest and rejuvenation mode is taken care by the parasympathetic nervous system. Every day we have a deep sleep, parasympathetic nervous system can do its job to rest and, but most people have compromised sleep. So yoga is a very powerful tool for us to shift from our sympathetic to parasympathetic system and establish this rest and relaxation and rejuvenation that very much we need to start over again. So that's in short everything we do in yoga, the 8 aspects starting from yama, niyama, which are the basic values that we need to follow, foundational values. Then asana and pranayama are the practices we'll be doing, followed by pratyahara, dharana, dhyana. All that happens by itself inwardly when we continuously focus on the first 4, which is yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, which we will be covering all aspects of yoga in our class. We don't focus only on asana or only on pranayama or only on, learning about the yoga philosophy and the values. We need to incorporate all 4 for us to get the benefit of learning holistically and getting the results that we seek. So all of this will be covered in our class. I want to do a simple breathing exercise now just to demonstrate how quickly our sympathetic can go into parasympathetic with the 5 minute of breathing exercise. So if you're ready, sit comfortably and let's choose something called box breathing or ocean breath or Ujjayi. So sit straight, relax your shoulders and neck. If you're lying down, keep your spine straight and preferably sit down, but if you're not feeling well, you could lie down. Close your eyes and breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. One more, breathe in, breathe out. Now this time breathe in, hold for 2 seconds. Breathe out, hold 2 seconds. Breathe in, hold, breathe out, hold. Breathe in, hold, breathe out, hold. In, hold, out, pause. In, hold, out, pause. In, hold, out, pause. Continue 5 more times. Once you've completed, relax your breath and come back to normal breath. And open your eyes. You've just done a huge service to your nervous system. In just less than 5 minutes, we have just shifted gear from beta level frequency to alpha level. Now, this is the most simplest exercise that you can do at any time. There are many breathing exercises, and we'll be teaching different exercises that are applicable to kids in kids yoga. There are certain exercises, breathing exercises, which only adults can do. So I'd be teaching different exercises that kids would be doing. Breathing is something we do without thinking, but then intentional breathing and breathing in a certain technique, in a certain system is the one that brings us intentionally, puts a power in our hand to intentionally change a situation from where we are feeling stressed and anxious and overwhelmed to feeling rest and relaxed and laid back and cool, and to bring to a cool and calm headed approach to whatever it is you're dealing with. So learning different breathing exercise, not only that, consistently hearing about it and practicing it together in the class makes it slowly become recorded in their subconscious mind to become a lifelong tool that they will automatically subconsciously get into when they face stress. So we can teach all of this in one class, but consistently practicing makes it into a automatic habit that they do without even thinking. So that is what is very important. So quickly, I want to tell about our training model. We practice best teaching practices as we both, when I refer to we, my husband Vijay is also a master's in yoga. He helps me out every as and when required. He has his own teaching career, and both of us combined we have more than 40 years. I've just come up with 40 years as a very number that easily came to my head, but if I count, it's much more than that, that we've been working in the educational sector. He does audits for colleges to make sure that they are doing best practices in teaching. And I've been designing courses for a long time, and I did my master's in education as well. So we will approach every class not as something that we just think about doing. We approach every class with the model. It's just the way we think. What are the elements? What are the competencies? And what is the outcome from the class? So this is just the simplest of simplistic way of explaining. Like, for example, if I have to teach them Padmasana, my element of competency will be Padmasana. So this is like a core topic that they need to learn. So the competency that I'll want them to achieve is being able to explain the benefit, and also how to do it, how to get into the pose, how to prepare the pose, how to come out of the pose, and perform the pose. So that is the competency expected till they practice and come to that. And then the outcome expected that we will achieve as a result of this, the learning would be the student being confident on naming a pose, explaining it, and demonstrating it at the same time. So I'm hoping that all my kids have this extra feather on their hat as yoga teachers in the future, that they become the circle of influence in their community moving forward, that it's a skill they learn. It is not something they just did to pass 1 hour time. So that is the way we approach, and we do it intentionally. So why a group class? I have realized that we are all social people, including myself. I learn and I practice more when I'm teaching. I learn and practice more when I'm in a class with other people, attending, learning from someone. And I've found the same with my kids also. They were consistently practicing yoga and everything. And since I paused and started focusing on my business to learn all these online thing in the last 1 year, their practice is like a uphill thing for me to tell them to do, unless they are going to a class, or they tend to practice what they are doing as a team. So as social beings, we together we achieve more. Trying to do by ourselves, it's absolutely possible, But I have realized in my own experience that I would like that team, as a team I perform better, I perform more consistently, I grow more consistently, and it applies to the kids as well. So that's why I am offering again the class. And I realize the importance of the growth class. So this is the explanation for the kids class so far. If you have any questions, I'll answer them. Before that, I will quickly tell you what other things that I'm starting off as well for adults, which are my core clients. Kids yoga is my way of giving back for the future children, for the future community. But I'm more involved and more been doing for a long time adult classes. So my upcoming events are, my birthday is coming on 14th December. So I want to celebrate my birthday by doing something good that impacts people positively. So I'm launching my 21-day gratitude class. It's a 21-day every day class. We'll be meeting in the night, and it is the price of the course is 197, but I'm celebrating my birthday and I'm charging only 47 because I want to do something impactful and something positively impactful for my birthday. So that is the next quickly one that's coming up. And I've realized gratitude changes everything. It is the best attitude to have. It just pretty much changes us from a negative vibe, negative thought pattern into positive that thought pattern so quickly. And when you do it consistently for 21 days, you will see a huge change, how you feel in your body, in your mind, in your energy level, in how people around you behave, how your people around in your family, how you feel about people in your family. And it changes everything. So it's a very, very potent practice which we loosely mention everywhere now, but it is something that we need to breathe literally. And when we do that consistently as a 21-day challenge, focusing on different areas of our life, which I have a system to follow, that I'd be following, going from A to B. That's what I'd be doing in the 21-day gratitude class. I'm also starting to give spiritual reading, which I've been doing on one, as and when people request me, but I haven't really gone out and advertised to do it on a bigger level. So I'll be reading people's human design chart and oracle readings and healings. What I do in that session is, human design is a system which is a combination of Indian chakra system, the Kabbalah system of Jews, and I Ching of Chinese system. It's a way to understand what energy type we are. And when we understand what our energy type is, we understand what our authority and strategy to live our best life. I have realized that most people are unhappy about their job or having issues because they are in the wrong place or doing the wrong thing, which is not aligned with their energy type and their aura. We just do things because we are conditioned by the society telling us to study a particular course or do a particular job or uh, pursue particular things. So when we understand what a human design chart is, even you can continue in your same profession, but with more insight and awareness about what works for you and what is the method. How should you inform? How should you communicate? And when should you take action and when should you step back? So it is a very, very insightful system. It changed my life, human design. So that's why I started learning, and I do those readings for other people. And oracle reading is my most favorite thing to do. It is like a everyday message. You could get guides. Like, we are all not alone in this lifetime. We have many guides that are always waiting to guide us. We all are assigned with 4 to 5 guides when we are born. And when we develop our intuition, we'll be able to listen to their messaging more and more loudly. Otherwise, they are constantly around us trying to guide us. But when there is so much noise in our head, so much noise around us, we do not go and access all these higher, great, precise guides that we can get from our higher self. And oracle reading gives just that. It gives you the specific message that you need to know for the specific healing that you need to have right now to achieve whatever it is that your soul wants to do. So I combine both in one session, and it's for 45 minutes. But as I'm advertising this now, I'm willing to do 60 minutes. And that's at the rate of 120, my one-on-one spiritual reading class. I also have physics of immunity workshop, which I've done many times in the past. So I'll be offering that. I'll be letting you know when I do that. I'll also be offering inner work classes based on stages of consciousness. So I will send you my free PDF explaining what are the stages of consciousness, which makes us potent manifestors of health, relationship, career, money. Law of attraction, learning law of attraction changed my life. I have been manifesting without knowing, doing certain things before that, but it really gave me a lot of grounding and understanding. And since then, for the last 15 years, I've been learning that and literally implementing that in my life. I can tell you that I am living my best life in all aspects of my life, purely because of my I'm constantly working on my ability to manifest. So I'm offering classes based on each person's, they like, I'll be suggesting where you fit, where to start, etc. So all of these are things that I've chalked for the future. So the one to I'm taking enrollments now is for kids class and the 21-day gratitude challenge class. And for one-on-one, I'm always available. If you want to chat with me, I just a friendly chat to understand what you want to do. We could arrange a time, a 15-minute chat to answer all your questions, your personal private questions that you want to discuss with me. So that's all for me. Thank you so much. I am more putting myself out there in social media from everything I'm learning. I have an Insta page now. I'm on I'll be resuming on YouTube. I'm more on Insta page. So if you're in Instagram, do follow me. It is at Inner Peace Training Hub. So with that, I will close the screen. So I'm open for questions. I'll stop recording now.